Well, I am loving all the inside comments from last night's members only broadcast. I'm glad you guys had fun. And for those of you that are not members, what can I tell you? We had a great time last night. We'll talk a little bit about it later on today. But first, as always, welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get together live here on Facebook. I'm sorry to have this shit eating grin, but I'm just happy that last night went well. Anyhow, this is Coffee and Headlines, morning get together live here on Facebook, Monday through Saturday, 10:30 in the morning, where we take a look at headlines from our city, our state, and our country. We take a look at your comments, your ideas, your suggestions, your thoughts on how we can all put together all this information and combine it and put it to good use as we try to connect with each other and with our city and with our country and with our way of life and with our culture as a community of English-speaking locals. I don't know that Juan El Panadero wants to be interviewed, but I appreciate the sentiment. Okay, let's focus. Today, for some reason, we have all kinds of airline-related news. I didn't plan it that way, but we'll have all kinds of airline-related news. We have information about Islas Marias. López Obrador is inaugurating the experience today, and there's finally a website for us to dig in deeper into this new and very exciting option for those of us that live not far from the departure points. And of course, it's the end of the week. It is Friday, and I couldn't be happier that it is the end of the week. There's all kinds of fun activities going on in Colonia Emiliano Zapata tonight. We'll tell you about that. But first, as always, aside from welcoming everyone to this morning's broadcast, we'd like to focus special attention on those of you that are watching live for the first time. If that is your case, you can always write in a comment with the word new in it, and we'll be so very happy to give you a nice little welcome. And of course, if you have something really important on your mind that you'd like to share, that you'd like a reaction or a comment on or an answer, it helps a great deal if you add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment. With all that taken care of, let us dive into the news. We start with a blank page. Hold on just a second. We start with a question. When it comes to consumer protection related complaints in Mexico, who are the worst offenders? Well, according to Sebastián Hernández, who oversees Guadalajara's Federal Consumer Protection Bureau Office, or Profeco, the worst offenders are airlines, travel agencies, hotels, and other tourism-related companies. Hernandez, pictured here, participated in a very lively, well-attended meeting indicated that the year is ending with 574 complaints received this year from such companies, followed by department stores with 311 complaints, telephone and cell phone companies with 247, and this is only in our state, as far as I can tell. He also indicated that out of a total of 3,083 complaints, 87% have been resolved in favor of the computers, in favor of the consumers. But of course, in other Profeco-related news, the Bureau continues to butt heads with Viva Aerobus, one of our domestic airlines, over the carry-on fee that the airline insists on charging passengers. According to the airline, their so-called tarifa cero, or zero tariff, in which you pay, is there such a word in English? Please say yes, tariff. I may have just made that up. Maybe I threw in some Spanglish for fun. But their tarifa cero, in which you pay for your ticket and then all additional fees are itemized separately, is perfectly legal. That's what the airline says. But Profeco, the Consumer Protection Bureau, claims that passengers have the right to board a plane with a carry-on bag without having to pay an additional fee, and has also indicated that Profeco will take the airline to court if they continue with this practice. But please don't quote me. Don't quote me while you're attempting to board your next Viva Aerobus flight, or don't get ugly at the airport. It's not worth it, seriously. But do find comfort on the fact that Profeco is looking after your best interest, or so they say. And as I was saying before, no, we didn't plan on airline or airport special today, but these are the news that were dealt this morning. If you were to guess the number of landings or takeoffs that are taking place at Puerto Vallarta's International Airport on a daily basis this month, how many do you think there are? I'll spare you the guesswork. It's between 100 and 110 daily flights. Now, I did some calculation on my own. We know that flights don't happen 24 hours a day. So assuming that the airport is in operation some 16 hours a day, that would mean an average of 6 flights every hour, arriving or departing from the local airport. And to me, that seems like a ton of flights. Yay, tourism, but how crazy that sounds, at least to me. We've also learned this morning that Mexico President Andrés Manuel López Obrador will be in Nayarit today to subsequently inaugurate the Islas Marias tour program, as confirmed by Federal Tourism Secretary Miguel Ángel Navarro. We know that the ferries have capacity for 250 passengers. We've seen photographs of them. And that the back and forth trip between the Islas Marias and San Blas or Mazatlan, which are the mainland departure points, is between 4 and 5.5 hours each way. But we are still mostly in the dark as far as many details are concerned. But I do have news for you. There is now a website that is live, and it's in Spanish, and it is clunky, but it offers additional information that you might be interested in. And I am happy to go over this information in detail after the weather break if you write the word website in a comment. Otherwise, I will simply add the website link to the show notes. That said, and cutting to the chase, I'm giddy to go, but I wouldn't go just yet. I would wait until they iron all the details. But I did engage with their also rather clunky WhatsApp number this morning, which is handled by a robot. And I did learn that prices to take the tourism package, which is what they're calling it, it's a 3-day, 2-night trip to Islas Marias. And the price for the ferry, this is just the price for the ferry, is depending on the ferry and depending on the class that you want to board, is 3,500 pesos In tourism class, 3,800 in executive class, and you get a private cabin, so they say, for 3,500 pesos. This price does not include lodging or food, and children less than 3 years of age don't pay uh, any price to board the ferry. Again, these are prices just for the ferry. I see that only one person, Barbara Salvage, has indicated that you're curious about the website. So I'm going to omit more details at this time, and I'm just going to wait a few days to see what else it becomes available here. And for those rates, does your cabin include a gold plated bidet? Says Logan. I love it. Well, I don't know what to say, Logan. All I know that I'd rather, well, no, I'm not going to get shady. Logan and I were conversing in private about some of the prices for local entertainment here in Puerto Vallarta. And I'm not going to shade any of the high price ticket um, shows. Instead, I'm simply going to say that I'd rather save my pesitos and pay for these prices to go to the Islas Marias, even if the cabin does not include a gold plated bidet. I would gladly bring my own. Let's look at the weather. Yes, that was shady, Brian, but what can I tell you? Prices for local entertainment have gone up, up, up. But we're not going to talk about that. We are going to talk, unless you want to talk about that. We are not going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about the weather. And the weather says Elon Musk's private jet is enjoying all this attention, and I can understand where that came from. Uh, no, Brian, don't rustle the locals if you want to hear shade, type shade. No, 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 no. Or maybe yes, yes, yes. It is 21 degrees right now. Humidity is up at 73%. Our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 70. And our weather forecast says humid and mostly cloudy through the day with a high of 27 and a low of 17. Tomorrow, Saturday, will be another humid day and mostly cloudy with a high of 27 and a low of 18. And Sunday, we'll wrap the week with a humid and mostly cloudy day, a high of 28 and a low of 17. Yay. Let's see what else is next. I am loving your comments. I'll get to those in a second. But first, our final airplane related bit. I give you a factoid. 56 years ago, yesterday, the very first jet airplane, a Rolls Royce Comet with four engines, um, landed in Puerto Vallarta for the first time 56 years ago yesterday. It was a Mexicana Airlines flight. Yeehaw. In other news, our friend Eric from the Joint Co-working Hotel has kindly shared a report of his responsible vehicle verification experience from yesterday. As you know, this is a requirement you must now follow in the state of Jalisco if you own and drive your own vehicle. Eric told me in a private message and shared these photographs with me that there was not a lot of activity going on at the verification center, which is, by the way, located on the main axis highway heading north past the airport and right after the Cerveceria Corona warehouse. Eric told me also that he didn't have to wait more than 10 minutes for the process to take place. And while the vehicle was being verified, he enjoyed a comfortable air conditioned area. So please keep this in mind. You'll have to go sooner or later, and this might be the best time for you to do it. So just keep it in mind. The ocean is probably too chilly to go swimming this time of year, but in case you were wondering and wanted to go there anyway, it's clean enough for swimming during this vacation period, according to Jaime Alvarez Sayas, who oversees our state's sanitary region. So while there may be some caca molecules lingering around as you float away in the ocean, you shouldn't be concerned. The number is too low to be mindful of it. We don't know if it is taller than the record breaking Katrina, but the city lit up its traditional Christmas tree right on the Malecon, and it is rather pretty, and it will provide many wonderful photo opportunities, including the one that, as usual, our mayor uh, participated in. Here we see our mayor with a group of minions that somehow wearing the same clothes, so they must be city bureaucrats, little tiny minions. Yeah, I didn't think that was very funny. Anyhow, there's all kinds of stuff going on in Colonia Emiliano Zapata this evening. And as a reminder, our friends Chris and Carlos from the Secret Wine and Cocktail Bar are featuring live music tonight from 8 o'clock in the evening on, courtesy of guitarist Caleb Cabrera, known to many for his amazing flamenco performances alongside brother Jair. They perform together as Media Luna, but Caleb is performing by himself, and it's acoustic guitar, so this will provide beautiful ambience at the Secret Wine and Cocktail Bar. We also would like to remind you that there's a meet and greet with artists at Galeria Dante taking place tonight from 6 to 9 p.m. It should be a great opportunity to not only connect with the artists that are there to talk about their works, but also to explore the beautiful art gallery. And I also want to remind you of the concert that is going on tonight with the Puerto Vallarta Gaymen's Chorus and an ensemble from the Montreal Gaymen's Chorus. This is tonight at 9 p.m., and you will have all the information in your show notes as usual. On a personal note, I'm happy to share a photo of my cousin Norma, who watches us from Chicago. She's wearing my ginormous pink shawl, which found its way to her all the way in Chicago thanks to our dear friend Logan, who is visiting family in California and was kind enough to mail it for me. Yay, another happy relative. And I would like to finally thank everybody that participated in our giveaway, our present giveaway yesterday. 28 presents were awarded. We learned something new. It's not the first time we give something away during a members live broadcast, but it's the first time we give many gifts away. So we had to learn how to do that and navigate gracefully. Then we had an internet outage halfway through the broadcast, but even though I think I sweated a couple of kilos worth of anxiety, everything went well. So I will be sorting out the names of all the winners today and making sure that they match your records as members in Buy Me a Coffee. And I will be sending out the gift certificates tomorrow. You will get a copy of your gift certificate if you won with your name on it, and business owners will receive an identical copy to validate the one you have and for their own records. As I sent yesterday, it is really wonderful that so many businesses chose to partner with us. I am very grateful for that. And even if you're not a member, and even if you did not win anything, I would ask you to be mindful of these businesses because they are trusted Coffee and Headlines partners. And now let us take a quick look at your comments and see what everybody is up to today. Let's see. Paula says, I think I have a holiday hangover from the party. We were all drinking something, apparently. A wonderful time yesterday afternoon. Thank you very much, Pat. Non-members missed out last night. Great broadcast, Paco. Thank you, Gary. Rob it in. I love it. Let's see what else we have. Fun times yesterday, even without winning. Yay. Clive says no sound. I hope this is not generalized. Let's see. What? You're back already? Oh my goodness. Muffin, Logan is flying back tomorrow. My goodness. So we can go watch the Avatar movie sometime soon. I'm excited for that. Yay. I thought you were going to be gone longer. And thank you for confirming that tariff is not something that came out of my wild Spanglish imagination. It's happened before. Um, let's see. Oh, Diane has a question about the airport. Is that a number for both arrivals and departures? Yes, it is. I believe I said so. Um, let's see what else. Were you really drinking peanut butter whiskey yesterday? Yes, I was. It's called something like Stray Dog or Dog on a Leash or something. It's peanut butter whiskey that was gifted to me for my birthday by my dear friends Michal and Barry, who are also from Canada. And it was lovely. It was great to sip. It's like dessert. Cam is listening for the first time. Thanks for the information and the entertainment. We try our damnedest, Cam. Welcome to Coffee and Headlines. I hope you find something useful here. John says, took me forever to log on to today's show. Weird. I don't know what to say, but I'm glad that you're here. Let's see what else. Doody-doody-doo. Michal went down a rabbit hole. I went down a rabbit hole today. I discovered a new acronym that is very destructive for me. It is an acronym that I discovered last night thanks to YouTube. The acronym is EDC. And EDC stands for Everyday Carry. And then I went into Amazon.com and searched EDC and found all kinds of merces and bags and knives and flashlights and all kinds of chingaderas that you can throw into your day-to-day backpack. And it was a very, very dangerous rabbit hole. EDC. Let's see what else. Many comments about last night's broadcast. Where can you purchase a peanut butter whiskey? It would be a great sipping drink after a meal. You know, Joe, this is the second brand of peanut butter whiskey from Canada that I have tasted. I don't know where to find it locally, but if anybody finds out, please share so that we can find out how to enjoy this beverage. Let's see. Oh my goodness, we're ready. We're done. I don't think we have anything else to share for today. So again, thank you very much for being a part of this community. Oh, there are more things that just came in. Let's see. Robert Howell. You're not new, Robert Howell. I know that you've been here before. Arte Vallarta has a unique exhibit of weaves from El Tuito featuring museum-style weaving. Yes, we've mentioned this before. Let's see. There's another new. Hello, Rob. Been watching for a while and finally became a member. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate your support. And I appreciate everybody else's support. Whether you're a member or you are just spreading the word of what we do here, it all matters. Memberships do help a lot because this is where we make our income from. So I appreciate those of you that have generously bought us coffee from time to time or have pursued a membership. You mean a lot to me. And Luna and I are very grateful for your support. Have a great weekend. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news, more coffee, more headlines. Have a great day.